It's May 17th, 2024, and you're scrolling through Spotify. You see Billie Eilish just released a new album, and you immerse yourself into a perfect album. In this video, I want to specifically focus on Hit Me Hard and Soft. This 10-track, 43-minute masterpiece was released on May 17th, 2024. This album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 300,000 copies in the first week, being the most that Billie has ever sold for an album in her career up to this point. 10 of these songs were in the top 40 on the Billboard 100. This record was nominated for 7 Grammys. But I'll discuss the Grammys later and my thoughts on it. Alright, so let's break this down. The first track is Skinny. This intro track touches on the eyes that are always watching and scrutinizing Billie, and anyone in that light, for that matter, anyone that's in the public persona. There's so many people watching. She touches on this being her public appearance. You know, with lines saying, "People say I look happy just because I got skinny." She also touches on her first love and heartbreak when she was 21. This sets the scene for the rest of the album and the vulnerability expressed throughout it. Overall, a great intro track. Maybe one of the weakers, but good nonetheless. Moving right along to the second track of the album, being Lunch. Right away, this song has a completely different vibe, but it trails along with the same line of expressing how she feels. In this song, Billie talks about her sexuality and her experimenting with the same-sex relationships. And I'm sure most of you can understand what she's describing in this song. I personally can't really say what or go into detail on what the song really means here on YouTube, but it's up for open interpretation if you guys don't understand, and if you don't, you're probably too young. Anyways. This is a fun, groovy song, but also touches on some important topics that have been going on in her life. Alrighty, so the third track, and I believe I'm saying this right, but it's Chihiro. So this song goes into her past relationships. It is also in connection with the film Spirited Away. Billie talks about her toxic relationships through this song, with the line stating, "Can you open up the door?" And then later, "I don't know you at all." Realizing that this ex is and was a terrible person, Billie, she tries to seek closure, but it doesn't seem like she'll be able to, as another line stated in the song says, "Did you take my love away from me?" This was definitely an important time in Billie's life, and it's very clear it had an effect on her, as she expresses it throughout her song. Alrighty, moving right along to the fourth track, this being Birds of a Feather, the most popular song off this album, hands down. It is one of my favorites off this as well. I think it is just an amazing song, and there's a good reason why it's number 1. So the production from Finneas on this song and the lyrics from Billie just make it whole and just a wonderful song. She talks about her desire for a long-lasting committed relationship and the beauty that comes with it. Again, a great sounding song, more upbeat, and I can certainly see this being in a movie if it isn't already. Alrighty, track number 5. We're at the halfway point here, and that is being with Wildflower. This, in my opinion, is some of Billie's best songwriting yet. It boasts some heavy topics and reflection on her past relationships. This melancholy undertone and deep-cut lyrics just makes this a wonderful song. A strong representation of those deep-cut lyrics being, "I know you didn't mean to hurt me, so I'll keep it to myself." Alright, so this hits hard, as in many relationships, one significant other keeps their emotions or feelings to themselves and bottled up, and they feel as if they can't express them to their partner. The narration of this song stands alone and shows why it's a top song off Hit Me Hard and Soft. Track 6, The Greatest. This is a deviation from what most of the songs have been, and it's a good one in that it's a self-appreciation song to how Billie saw herself in her relationships, whereas the other tracks describe the shortcomings of her ex-partner. I love the progression throughout this song and the unmatched vocals Billie showcases. The appreciation Billie gives to herself is a breath of fresh air, and I I like that she can reflect on her past and see the good that she did, and not just putting the blame on herself for other people's mistakes in the relationship. Alrighty, track number 7. I'm going to translate this one to English because I don't want to butcher the French version of it, but that is being The Love of My Life. Okay, so I personally think this is a standout track for Phineas. And for those of you who don't know, Phineas is Billy's older brother and produces songs for her. He also has done his own music endeavors, but he's mostly known for for producing for Billy and being just right alongside her throughout her music career. But again, the progression of this, when it gets to the halfway point of the song and when those synths just hit, oh my goodness, it just makes you want to float. Don't get me wrong, Billy did her thing on this, but I definitely think it's a standout track for Phineas. I mean, it's just amazing, and the auto tune put on Billy's voice on that second half just goes so well with the beat, and I love this song so much. It just sounds so good. Track number 8, That Mean the Diner. All right, I'm gonna make a comparison here, and I don't want anybody to come at me. I'm not saying that these songs hold the same weight, but I see a similar theme, right? I see a very similar theme. And some backstory for this. This is written in the perspective of a crazy fan, all right? And a crazy fan broke into Billy's house. I can't remember. I believe it was in 2022. And left some notes, I believe. Crazy stuff, absolutely crazy stuff. So that is written from the point of view of that crazy fan. And the reason I say that is because it reminds me of Eminem's song Stan, where if you guys don't know that song, it's also written from the point of view of a crazy fan that Eminem had. So I see the similarities in that, but obviously they're not the same song. And obviously Eminem's is in a league of its own, but I like the theme of it, and it reminds me of it. So that's why I'm comparing them. My overall thoughts of the song, though, I think it was good. It kind of felt like a filler track, but it's also nice to get that break from all the, heavy emotional stuff that have been on this album. But yeah, good song, good track. Track number 9, Bittersweet. I think this is the best produced song on this whole album. Just a wonderful mix of these cool noises and instruments. Not really sure what else to say, but it's so beautiful. It really is. It's sonically sound, and it's just, again, Phineas with his production, and that man is so musically gifted. I mean, it is, both of them are so musically gifted. It is insane what they can make together. But yes, again, this song is kind of like a two-part, as well as The Love of My Life. It's similar like that, where it's broken up into two parts, and it again showcases Phineas's musical ability and his production. I don't think it's the most introspective lyrics or best songwriting, but I think you need some of these songs in the album to round it out to make it complete. I'm sure many people would love to hear a whole album of Wildflowers, the song I previously mentioned, but I enjoy these. And I think they'll probably get overlooked because they aren't as vulnerable in songwriting as others. But I don't think you should just overlook it because it doesn't stack up stream-wise with other songs. I think you should take it for what it is and just enjoy the beauty of the music that was produced. Yeah, I think it's a great song. Goes second to last track and holds its position in the album. All right, so we made it to track number 10, That Which Is Being Blue. Let me just preface this. This is a glorious outro track. I mean, wonderful outro track. It has so many little Easter eggs in the song itself. And for those of you who don't know, this was like a previously unreleased song that Billy had done in earlier, and it got released out there. So people were like, Billy, you gotta release the full song. You gotta do it. So it's a mashup of previous unreleased tracks and mixing them bunch of different lyrics she sang throughout songs on this specific album. She puts lyrics in, little Easter eggs, like I was saying. Blue is a melancholy song as it shows that she wants to move on, but is still stuck in that feeling of what once was. Alright, so we made it through the album. I'm gonna give you guys my overall thoughts of this. This album is nothing short of amazing, and it has some filler tracks, but I think that's what makes an album whole too. I personally think it's a 10 out of 10, and if not a 10, super close to it, because this is, in my personal opinion, Billie's best album she's put out yet, and I think most people would agree with that as well. It's so sonically sounds just wonderful. All the different noises, her vocals, it's just so amazing. It really is. And I also mentioned earlier that I would give my thoughts on the Grammy. All right, for those of you who don't know, Beyonce won the Grammys over Billie's Hit Me Hard and Soft. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter won. Came with a lot of controversy because, rightfully so, many people thought Billie got snubbed, me myself included. Okay, I thought she got snubbed. Don't get me wrong, Beyonce is a great artist. She deserves Album of the Year. Not for Cowboy Carter though. It kind of just felt like a makeup for all the past albums that Beyonce put out and didn't win Album of the Year for, which isn't fair, of course. I think Billie definitely put out the better album, and unfortunately didn't get the recognition she deserved for it. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know if you guys agree with me, if you guys disagree with me, and my thoughts on this album, if you agree with me or not. And yeah, I hope you guys listen to this and enjoy it as much as I do. And as always, thank you for watching. And take it easy, guys.